so much more. Man-to-man defense. The first ever mixed-gender basketball league is coming. Trials held today in Harlem for New York's inaugural Mixed-Gender Basketball Association team. The league's based in Florida and hopes to suit up teams around the country, including a couple here in the 5 boroughs. Looks better than my shot.
Hank, pitch the story about basketball.
I love it, man. You got the National Basketball Association for men. You got the WNBA for the women. Why can't we all just get along and play together? That's the question that James Scott and Tamia Cologne wanted to ask, and by golly, they got an answer. It's called the MGBA, the Mixed Gender Basketball Association. How is it that men and women are going to play on the same court together? Coming at you.
They should have been playing a long time ago. The game starts like this. First quarter, there's 3 men, 2 women. Second quarter, 3 women, 2 men, and it goes back and forth. It's an awesome concept. It was devised by Dr. John Howard, who's our president of the league.
Now, you all have had a trial by fire February 18th at Essex County Community College. This has been done. How'd the game go?
The game was an awesome game. We were 80% capacity full. People were cheering for people they didn't even know.
Actually, I am one of the sponsors for the MGBA, and I wasn't interested at all. But when I went to the game and I actually saw what I saw, it was absolutely amazing. I mean, people were excited. They were screaming and yelling.
The final score was 93-95.
And that's a good pro basketball score. This is not picking up on the playground. This is professional basketball with professional franchises, teams, team owners. The motto of the league is equal pay for equal play. Who's going to own these teams? How will players be paid? How is this going to work out? Because you all are starting this and growing this thing.
Well, I tell you what, when I saw what was going on, I said, I want a piece of this. You know, it's like being at the beginning of Microsoft. This is going to be huge, and I'm excited about it.
Who's better, the boys or the girls?
Well, in my humble opinion, I've seen some girls really play some serious ball.
Yeah, you have to see the game. You have to see the game. It should have been done a long time ago. This is historic. This is something, we had our first game. This is the first mixed gender basketball game in history.
Is there a bigger agenda or a bigger possible goal? You're breaking down some of the stereotypes. Most men who have played don't seem to think that women should be on the court with them. So are you giving people a chance to see the women can play?
I can't tell because the list, we have 350 players, men and women, who call us every day. The phone is ringing. As we're on this set right now, the phone is ringing in our office because people are signing up to play and they want to play against each other.
This is Harry and this is Heather. They're raising small children, they're working full-time day jobs, and both play professional basketball in the same league.
It's kind of a new experience because most of the time you're playing with men and you know you play all hard.
Harry moved to New Jersey from Kentucky to play for the Mixed Gender Basketball Association. It's an experiment designed by a former Harlem Globetrotter.
Not outside in. I think it will be an exciting brand of ball because of the unknowns.
Dr. Howard's applying the Globetrotter tour model to what he hopes will be a new franchise of ball. He imagines co-ed teams all over the country playing each other in exhibition games.
You see a man now face up against a woman, maybe the same size, who's going to win?
The players make $25,000 a year, a solid incentive for athletes who put in up to 40 hours of practice each week. Heather's a single mom from the Bronx, and she says the money helps. But like many of her teammates, she's there for the love of the game and to prove a point.
Giving girls the same opportunity, the same that same spark to want to do this and showing them it can be done.
The first 2 teams, both in New Jersey, practice together, and both men and women are adjusting.
Forget that they're 6'6" and 250 pounds. So I've definitely been trucked a few times and I can get back up.
Unless I haven't been dunked on yet by females either. If that happens, I'm quitting.
The teams have been practicing for 3 months, and tonight's the first game night. Here's how it works. It starts with 3 women and 2 men on each side. That flips every quarter. Women also have a point advantage. From the 3-point men's arc, women get 4 points.
And this is how the game looks. The quarters with more men are faster, a bit rougher. But there are plenty of mixed gender fouls, charges, and checks. The score stays tight the whole time until the end, when the North Jersey Jammers take the game over the South Jersey Ballers 95-93.
We very quickly showed them that we can hit this NBA three and that we can run just as fast as them and kind of run laps around them sometimes.
But when it comes to getting dunked on by a girl,
I'm walking out still. I'm taking my shoes off, middle of the game, sub me out, I'm leaving. I'm chucking deuces up and I'm out.
Emily Drew, Al Jazeera, Newark, New Jersey.
I'm out, he says, right?
I tell you, folks, it's not the WNBA, it's not the NBA, but it is the MGBA, Mixed Gender Basketball Association. Men and women playing together, co-ed basketball. It's all new, and here joining me is Tamia Cologne. Welcome,
yes,
Tamia.
thank you so much. Glad to be here.
And James Scott, the James Scott.
Glad to
all
be
right,
here.
folks, let's put it all on the table. How did this all get started, and why?
It started with our creator, Dr. John Howard, Jr. He made a phone call to me. We were talking about doing something in the basketball genre, and he finally says, let's do mixed gender. It took me about a couple of weeks to actually grasp the concept.
Now, when was this call made? 2 years ago?
Oh, January of 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. And once the call was made, 2 weeks later, we started Mixed Gender Basketball Association.
Tamia, your involvement?
Well, actually, I was invited to become a sponsor, one of the sponsors for the actual games that took place in New Jersey. And I was also invited to the game.
Now, this was also on Al Jazeera, correct?
Oh,
because I saw one of your stories on Al Jazeera America about a month ago.
Of course, yeah.
All right. Well, basically, what it was is we were actually attempting to become the actual official water for the MGBA. And then one of the distributors, they went ahead and actually got the sponsorship. And what we did is they actually invited me to come out to see the game. And when I came to see the game, I was excited. And didn't know why I was excited, but the bottom line is I knew that it was the first game, and I knew that it was two teams that hardly anybody in the arena was familiar with, but yet everybody was excited. You know, people were screaming and yelling and so forth and so on, and I found myself screaming and yelling. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to find out, well, how in the world can I, get a piece of this? How can I actually own one of these teams? And then I found myself having a conversation with Dr. Howard and Mr. James Scott as well about how to actually get some teams. And that's where we are today. We're actually in the process of making that happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
The players themselves getting involved, the tryouts, how did the men and women feel about? I mean, especially the first time you do something, man. You know how that is. The first time is always it's not easy.
Let me tell you something. I think the players.
Oh, let me say something else also. Why now and why not 10, 15 years ago? Is it because people have evolved to accept certain
You have women in combat right now.
Yeah.
You have women doing all kinds of different things they weren't doing before. You have a president of GM now who is a woman.
True.
The time is now. That's one of our catchphrases. We have two of them. The time is now and equal pay for equal play. Everybody gets paid the same.
Now, how did the players feel, men and women?
They love it. At first?
The first tryout.
The first tryout, it was everybody was a little, it was like a beta testing, okay, to see how it would work out. And after the first 2 quarters, we had to explain to the men and the women that they had to play together. There's no prima donnas here. But after they started playing together, and after they started...
I mean, it was. I'm sure there had to be one guy go, man, I ain't playing no woman, man, come on.
No,
I mean,
there was one guy says,
okay,
please don't dunk on me.
Okay.
All right? And he got dunked on.
Right.
Okay. Now, for those who might think that I'm just talking, go to our website, www.mgbainc, and go to the news and media. Click on the fourth quarter, okay, and then tell them to call you back.
Okay.
Okay, and you'll call us back.
Now, to me, your woman, what is your thoughts about? Because
I'm going to tell you something. Well, one of the things that I admire, about this league is the fact that it actually starts when everything else is done. Okay. In addition to that, one of the other things that I admire is that women are not afraid to play.
Oh, this is also how the basketball looks. Didn't think I was going to catch that, huh?
Yeah.
Well, the woman did throw it.
Yeah, hey, that's true.
So are you saying if it was a dude that threw it, I would have killed it?
It probably would have went over the head, but
all right. Now, the other thing is, go ahead, you were explaining?
What I'm saying is that the women are not afraid to play. So you got to see it.
Okay.
You see, you really got to see it.
Now, this is a professional league also? Salaries or whatever, what is the pay?
Yes. It's $25,000 a year, $25,000 to $50,000 a year.
How long does the season last?
It's a 40-game season. Okay. Basically, yes, 40-game season, 42 games.
Now, you got teams here in Brooklyn? You have a team here coming?
We'll have a team in Brooklyn. By the end of 1st of May, you'll have a team in Brooklyn.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Where are tryouts? Are you going to give us all that information
Tryouts
about
will be
tryouts?
you go to the website, you'll see all the information for tryouts, times, and dates.
And if we can't come to a game, if I'd like to see a game on TV, the web, how can I get?
You can see it online, okay? Sometime we'll be live streaming soon, okay? So it's
So you got a contract with Solar South, right?
Solar South
Network.
Yes,
out
we
of
have our
Arkansas.
own production company as
Good.
well.
All right, cool. And hopefully, you never know, we may want to get involved too.
Hey, that'd be nice.
We would
All right.
like that.
All right, good.
Okay.
Well, thanks. Thanks for coming.
Crowd that you see here as the players shake hands around the sideline there. Our final score, 95-93. The Jammers with the 2-point victory over the Ballers here. The inaugural Mixed Gender Basketball Association game here at Sussex County College in Newark, New Jersey. Some of the players will now stick around to sign our autographs. Once again, our final score here from Essex County College in Newark, New Jersey. The inaugural Mixed Gender Basketball Association game. Broadcast here on NOJ Media. 95-93. Exciting game. The Jammers defeat the Ballers. What a game.
It was so tremendous. And then you just said autographs?
Autographs after the game, yes.
To think that right even before this ever happened, that they were just basketball players that loved to play the game.
Love to play the game, exactly.
And now they're giving out autographs.